Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Friday morning as well. It is the Outlaw. Look at my new outlay going on here. So excited to see that going down. Once again, thanks to Jake Yacovetta, who created a new one overnight, and I've laid it down there underneath. Pretty cool. How's it going, everybody? Let's see who's in here. Andrew G, what's going down? MK Songbird, what's going down? Manny Gonzalez, what's going down? Haskell, DJ Dash TV. Let's see. Hello. How's everybody feeling? How's it going on this Valentine's Day? Any of you all sad? Any of you all feeling down? Or some of you all excited to be celebrating with your significant others? Hey, whatever you're doing today, enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Valentine's Day doesn't mean just loving whoever you're with. You can also love yourself. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. Not a bad thing to do for sure. Let's see. What's up, Zeno Hour? How are you? Sorry, guys. I forgot to hit that public. I was been in a rush this morning because the lady outlaw's been sick the last couple of days, so I kind of stayed in bed with her a little bit longer than maybe I should have to get this thing ready in time. But I just wanted to keep her feeling like she's a priority in my life as well. So I had to delay it till about 8:15. Was doing the thumbnail, doing all this kind of jazz, and then of course I forgot to make the damn thing public. So that's on me. But it's we're public now. We got the Streamlabs up, got the Super Chat up. Everything is good to go here this morning. Let's see. What's up, Billy Belford? How are you, my man? Manny Gonzalez. Well, I already said hi to you. Jesse Carrera, what's going on? Andrew Hale, good morning. Ben Rayner, good morning. Papa Luis, good morning. Anthony Nugent, how are you? Thunder God Cairo 770. How are you, everyone? Alexander Rodriguez, what's up? Yes, it is John Rocha. Okay. New Challenger 2049, how are you? Gnome Scion, good morning. How are you? Let's see. Manny says, I'm happy I'm off today. I'll be celebrating with my mom and cousins, so it's a family gig tonight. I respect that. Degeneration MC, how are you? Yeah, I hope she's feeling a little bit better. She's going to try to go into work today. We'll see how she does. She's a very strong lady, so she can power through things all the time. So, and of course, her last thing before she left me this morning to go to work, you better study. You better get ready for Paul Oyama. So there you go. Even the Lady Outlaw is dialed into my matches for the Schmodown. Yeah, you saw the subjects we're going to talk about today. That Batman costume that was revealed from Matt Reeves doing the costume test. They started shooting a few weeks ago in London, so that was released. Everybody went nuts. Stranger Things 4 trailer dropped this morning, really quick, like 52-second trailer, I think. And then the new Billie Eilish Bond song dropped yesterday as well. Yesterday was busy as hell for me. I got up in the morning, did this Mornings with the Outlaw with you guys, ran over to do SCN Live. From SCN Live, I drove up to Tarzana from Century City to record some videos with the Real Rejects with Greg Alba. We did a A24 reaction video for the Green Knight. Well, we had done that earlier in the day, and then I went back up to record a couple of things with him as well. And then from there, drove all the way over to Steve's house so that we could record an episode of the Cinephiles. Then came home for just about 20 minutes, grabbed a little bit of food, then stormed out to go to see a screening for Emma last night, Anya Taylor-Joy's movie, and I'll be interviewing Johnny Flynn, one of the actors in the film, for the Deep Cut next week. So excited to get him to talk. Building this outlet, it's not going to be easy. I realize, the publicists are going to get me into screenings, but getting into the junkets, getting interviews with people, that's not going to be so easy because I don't have a website outlet necessarily. So that's going to be the next step. I guess I can announce it with you guys. I am going to create the outlawNation.com, and I will be the editor-in-chief of that website, and I need people to write for it. So I'm going to put the call out for people. Obviously, I can't pay anybody, but I'm going to put the call out for people who want to contribute, want to be contributors to the site, want to write on the site. So that's going to be something I'm definitely going to make happen going forward. So I already have the URL of the outlawNation.com, so that's already mine. It'll be just about designing a website and then putting up articles and what have you, topical stuff. So, you can't, when I'm determined to do something, I will fight tooth and nail to do it. So, all right. Let's see here. Let's see. All right, there's about 74 of you guys in here. Please hit those likes. I'd really appreciate it. And also, if you don't mind, send in some Streamlabs, send in some Super Chat stuff to talk about. For some reason, it's not giving me a spike here. Usually there's a spike of the people in for Streamlabs. Maybe I should exit out of it and then exit back into it to make sure it's still like working correctly. Let's see here. It's always these little things that you have to deal with technology. All right, still not giving me a spike, so I'm going to let it be for now. All right, there's a super chat in here already from Mukbang Review. It says, thanks for the morning show. Just showing support for your shows. Oh, thanks, Mukbang. I appreciate that very much. I'm determined to do this one every day, all day. Every day, every morning to get into all the stuff that I want to get into with you guys and talk about all the stuff that I want to talk about. But I also want to hear from you all, like what you all think, what you all are going through, what you all are experiencing. I think we'll have an extra long one today. We'll go till 9:30 since I started at 8:15. Kind of get you ready and prep to jump into SEN Live at 10 a.m. Pacific time. But yeah, definitely hang with me. Let's shoot the shit. Let's chat. And let's get into the first thing, and that is the Batman costume. Wow. That costume. What an interesting way to promote that costume. You have a little bit of the score from Michael Giacchino. I don't know if that's going to be the actual score, but I can't imagine why you wouldn't tease a little bit of that score there for Michael Giacchino. Pretty incredible from what I heard there. And obviously evoking a darker Batman. Certainly a darker Batman than we've seen with Christian Bale, with Michael Keaton, with George Clooney, Val Kilmer, Adam West, what have you. This is a darker Batman vibe already. Kind of reminiscent to the Joker, so pretty kind of. It's interesting. People are comparing it to the Joker reveal. It's got that dark feel to it. It's got that kind of like unsettled feel to it. So for me, I was kind of blown away by that. It had the red kind of vibe to it as well. Some people thought it looked like the Batman Noel costume, also the Arkham Asylum costume. I saw Kalinowski posting about it, and a bunch of other people as well, saying that they think the Batman symbol on his costume looks like the gun that was used to kill his parents, like broken in half and then put on each side. If that's true, A, how did he get the gun? And B, that's a hell of a symbol to carry. So already this is going to be a more vengeful, angry, different Batman. And Robert Pattinson's jawline looked fantastic in that costume. Just absolutely fantastic. And it's a great way to intro you into the world of Batman, right? You want to make him, how do you make him stand out? How do you make him look like a badass? And you do it kind of out of focus, from behind. Trust me, I know about presentation. As the Outlaw, I know about presentation. You do it from behind. You have that red and black light, and then he kind of like saunters into the frame, and then you slowly move up his body to where you get his side and his jawline in the mask. And he looks fantastic. He looks fantastic. So they started shooting this thing in London a few weeks ago, so it was nice to get a little bit of a tease. They're so smart to do this kind of stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff dropped yesterday. That Green Knight trailer, there's a bunch of other things. Then Batman was like, hey, hold my beer. Let me show you what the hell's up. And boom, and everybody went crazy for this. So, but I have seen some people who said they don't like the costume necessarily, that it feels a little fantastical. It doesn't feel necessarily like something that could be useful in real life, that you could actually move around in and fight in. So I saw some of those complaints. We'll see. I mean, I personally think it looks badass, and if you're going to stand out, you got to stand out in a way that is distinctly different from anything that's come before, and that costume is distinctly different. It's got that vibe of like, Ben Affleck's costume for his Batman, which I didn't mention in the previous Batmans. I should have mentioned that too. Affleck's costume, like he was so massive in that costume. So this kind of has a little bit of a reminiscent feel to that it's a bigger, like kind of more brutal costume in that way. So I like that, but a younger version of it, right? And this idea of the detective stuff is interesting too. It feels very noir-ish the way it was presented by Matt Reeves with that video. So if you're going to go, they're saying there's going to be more of a detective route, going to do all this kind of jazz, and it's got to have that noirish feel to it. So I'm personally looking forward to seeing what can be created here from that. All right. Do I have any moderators in here? I don't see any of the guys in here. So I'm kind of moderating on my own. Let's see what you all think here. Yeah, what Haskell's saying there, please click the likes. I got over 100 of y'all in here. Please click those likes and get me over 100 on this thing. I'd love to keep, as many likes as possible. Let's see. Andrew says, I really dig the new suit. One of the best parts of having a different Batman for me is we get new interpretations of the suit every time. Very cool. Looking forward to this. Yeah, absolutely. It looks badass. I don't deny that. And you're right. Every single time we get a new Batman, we get a new suit, and we're all like, what are they going to grab? How are they going to be different? So it must be such a challenge for the costume designers as well to come up with a new version of the Batman costume that still has shades of Batman stuff we've seen before, but distinctly different to their Batman. Look that way to me. Oh, let's see here. Dennis O'Leary says the new Batman suit is a thing of beauty. I don't deny that. Let's see what else we got up here. Oh, more people saying good morning. Hey, Cam Franklin, how are you? Jim Alonto, what's going on, my man? How are you, brother, man? Good to see you. Say hi to your wife, your lovely wife, Nikki. There. Let's see who else has got going on here. Rick Zamora says he's late. Sorry, Rogan. No, I was late at 8:15. I try to start these things at 8 a.m., so I apologize to you. Let's see. RPAT looks awesome, says Andy Bennett. Zeno Hour says, I love the score. Let's see. Did anyone else get it? Oh, Andy Burnett wants to ask this, and this is a good question to ask. Did anyone else get a feel like the Daredevil suit that Charlie Cox wore? Yeah, some people have been comparing it to the Daredevil suit. I personally don't see it. Like, I get it maybe because the red lights and all that kind of stuff puts you in that mind frame of a Daredevil suit, but I didn't sense that it necessarily felt like that. You get a collar, like Batman having a collar. That's an interesting take as well for that costume. So I liked that aspect to it at all, to it as well, rather. So let's see. Let's see. Camsha says, love the mornings with the Outlaw overlay, brothers. It's good stuff. Yeah, Zeno Hour. The costume is awesome. The only thing I didn't like is the leather stitching on the cowl. You got that specific? Holy crap, you were able to see the leather stitching? Holy crap. Oh, okay, all right, we'll see. I didn't see any of the leather stitching on the cowl. Maybe I'll take a more deeper look on that. Dimalanta says, I'm starting a Star Wars weekly stream, and when I'm able to have remote guests, I would love to have you on. Absolutely. I've got plans for one as well. Not a live stream, but just a show. And it'll be quick. It'll be a half-hour show. It won't be long at all. These shows that I do are so time consuming and time heavy. So the Star Wars show I want to do is a quick and dirty 30-minute show. So and it won't be live stream. It'll just be a show. So we'll see when that goes on. But yeah, absolutely, Dimalanta. I'd love to come on. Let's see. MK Songbird made a great point. What did he say? Andy Bennett, Ben Poindexter wearing the suit in season 3. Okay. Let's see. He will. DJ Dash TV is on some kind of like. He's very upset about this costume. He's making all these jokes that I think are slightly inappropriate, inferring his manhood in some way. He's saying that Batman's going to be wearing glitter or skinny jeans, which I think is kind of a little bitter, a little bitchy. Why don't you cut that shit out? Let's see. Haskell, the new suit is pretty cool looking, and Joe Blow edited that teaser in black and white so you can really see the suit more clearly. All right, I'll have to see it in black and white. Fair enough. Jonathan Doncel says, I think Robert Pattinson is going to be a great Batman. Can't wait to see it on the big screen. Let's see. What's up, Tim Franco? How are you? Happy Friday. Happy Valentine's Day to your lovely wife, my man. Hope you're taking care of business there and taking her someplace nice. Or if you don't believe in Valentine's Day, I hope you've set up something for her as well. See, my lady doesn't believe in Valentine's Day, so we're not doing anything today, but I will be taking her someplace this weekend. So let's see. Absent Good says, the bat symbol is very cool, made from the gun that killed his parent. Yeah, they haven't confirmed that, I don't think. But a lot of people are speculating that that's what's going on there. So it would be kind of badass. But someone logically responded back. I think it was Lon Harris responded back to Kalinowski. How the hell did he get the gun, right? I get that he's a rich kid. So maybe he bought the gun or found a way to get the gun. But it does speak a little bit of privilege. So some people were pushing back on that. Let's see. Anthony, Frank Belfort, Andrew D. Yeah, where are they? I guess they're not moderating today. That's all right. Garth McMurray said, my favorite part was the music composed by Michael Giacchino. Not a fan of the costume. I want it to be more like Neil Adams' Batman, not high-tech metal look. I can respect that. Let's see. Fillmore Pockets is responding to DJ Dash. Absent Good says they have a brighter picture of the suit, or I'll have to find that. Sad SQ said there is not one Batman score that I did not love. Yeah, absolutely. Um, let's see. Gaslight Troubadours. Whatever this thumbnail is that popped up in my feed is showing has clearly spoiled Stranger Things for me. Thanks a lot, Gaslight. Dude, the thing came out this morning, guys. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. Did you not think he was coming back? Come on. All right. Also, it takes place in the past. The tech could be based on older technology, making the suit more unique. That's a great point, Adam. Yeah, Adam Blue there. That's a great point. It could very well be that it's older technology, so it's going to be a little clunkier, a little harder to move around in, what have you. So a little more of a boxier feel. Wouldn't be surprised that a more bulkier feel. You want to go look at the old NFL pads from the 80s and 90s. Those are some massive pads, and you compare them with the pads nowadays, completely different. So yeah, that's actually a really good point I hadn't thought about here. Let's see. Gnome Science says, for me, the main factor of a batsuit is in the silhouette. The ears, shoulders, and cape convey it all. Jury's out for me. Zeno Howard says, Miss Outlaw doesn't celebrate Valentine's Day. You lucky SOB, lol. No, but we celebrate Valentine's Day every day, man. That's kind of how we live our life. Mukbang Reviews put another super chat. Thank you so much. Forget the costume. Pattinson is an amazing actor. I saw Good Time and Rover and Lighthouse. He is terrific. That's for sure. All right, I got some Streamlabs in here. I want to address them first. Jesse C., what do you got? When watching the Batman suit reveal for the second time, the way the mask looks, it just gave me an 80s vibe. Looks like old school superhero design from the 80s, possibly 90s. Could this be a possibility for it to take place at those times? Yeah, that's been the rumor, Jesse C. That's been the rumor that it was going to be set in the 90s. And a lot of people were speculating that since the Joker is set in like the 70s/80s, that it'll cross over into Robert Pattinson's 90s Batman. So that's a very real possibility. And a lot of people were comparing the Batman reveal of the costume to the Joker reveal with that camera test they did. Remember, he just kind of walked into frame and did that kind of look. And they had the flashback of the different images of Arthur Fleck. So a lot of people try to make this connection or this possibility happen in the darkness there. Look, if this is a darker Batman than we've seen before, then I am absolutely down with finding a way to weave Joaquin Phoenix's Joker or the person that was influenced by Joaquin Phoenix's Joker to be a part of this Batman series. Because it looks, this presentation, you could argue, is very similar to the presentation that they did for the Joker. So no surprise on my end that that's the vibe they want to go with. That Joker made $1 billion. So why not stay with that vibe overall? And yeah, it could be set in the 90s. That's a great point you make, Jesse C. The kind of design feels very much like the 80s or 90s. Absolutely. So could we see that? I'm looking forward to it. We'll see. I want to see what more we get from them, and I'm going to take a look at the brighter picture of the Batman suit here, and maybe in just a couple seconds. All right. Ben Rayner sent in a Streamlabs. Thank you so much. Hey, Rocha, love the morning show. Have to ask, Keaton or Bale, which Batman do you prefer? For me, it's close, but because the voice was so annoying for me, I choose Keaton. Batman 89 is my favorite Batman movie, and Batman Begins is my favorite in the Nolan trilogy. I can respect that. Keaton or Bale? That's a tough question. I think they both have their positives, and they're both perfect for their type of Batman. So it's tough to choose for me. I like the Bale Batman because The Dark Knight to me is like my favorite Batman movie ever. And yes, I take Kalinowski's point at times that it's not necessarily a Batman movie, that it's kind of a balance of both. So that's what I would say. I would say that I think personally I go with Bale. Although I like Keaton in Batman Returns, I don't think Batman 89 holds up at the same level that it did in times past, so I stay with the Christian Bale. But I also stand for Ben Affleck's Batman. I like Ben Affleck's Batman. I really do, and I think one of the big crimes from the whole Snyder situation is that we weren't able to see Superman do Man of Steel 2, and we weren't able to see have Ben Affleck have his own Batman movie. That would have been fantastic to have him have his own Batman movie from beginning to end. That would have been incredible, and it's an opportunity lost by everybody over at WB and DC with that situation, and it's a shame. Shame. Both good actors. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, Philly G has donated something. Said good morning, Rocha. Not sure if you knew or remember this, but Sean Connery played the Green Knight in Sword of the Valiant, The Legend of Sir Gawain, and the Green Knight. Yes. we mentioned this yesterday when we were talking about the Green Knight reveal with the costume and the trailer. That this is based on what's going down with that. This is based a little bit on what had come before. The other two films that had been about the Green Knight were actually, ironically, directed by the same person. Go look that up. And so I don't know if they've officially said that it's based on the Sean Connery movie. I haven't seen that. So I'd be surprised if they came out and said it's based on the Sean Connery movie, because a lot of people didn't see that movie. So I would be surprised to see that they based it on that. But the story is obviously from the mythology of Arthurian legend. So the story is there for everybody to see and enjoy. So we'll see if it's based on that. I'm sure that'll come out as we get closer to the release of the film. All right, PC in here. Happy Valentine's Day, Outlaw Nation, and the best mod out there, Jake. Yes. Oh, I saw Jake jump in here. Thank you, Jake. He's in a meeting at work. All right, I appreciate it, my man. Can't wait till you're on Chill to Action. Yes, that's coming on March 2nd. Get ready, everybody. Can you beat Kate's views? Oh, Kate. Kate. I don't know. I'm not in there to beat Kate's views. I'm just going to have a good time and talk with people and enjoy hanging out with the Chill to Action people and have a fun back and forth. I'm sure there'll be some ball busting on their end, ball busting on my end, and some fun conversation about the Schmodown and about our rivalry and about the rivalry I've had with other people. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to be on there and have a good time with those people. Randall Tan, hello Outlaw Nation. How are you, Randall? What's going down? Chris Scorpio, expectations for the Sonic box office. Well, look, the reviews have been, how can I say this? The reviews have been good to middling, which is not bad for a Sonic movie. You don't want bad reviews. I haven't seen any bad reviews, so that's a positive. That's middling to good. All that will speak volumes for what it will do box office wise. It was projected about 50 to 58 million. I would say probably 40 to, I would say 50, I'd say 45 to 50 would be a great prediction, or I mean expectation for a box office for Sonic the Hedgehog. And if the word of mouth is good, don't be surprised that it jumps up even higher than that. So that kind of carries the day sometimes on a Saturday and Sunday for people to go see it early last night or go see it today. They'll have something to say about it. If I can get out to see it sometime this weekend, I will, and give a review for it. So look for that on my channel for sure. But we'll see down the road what the box office will be. I'm sure we'll get the reports in sometime tomorrow afternoon or early Sunday morning. So, all right, let's see what any other Streamlabs here. No other Streamlabs right now. There's another super chat in here. Do you think they can introduce supernatural elements / characters to these Batman movies, or will it be so ultra real like Joker it just wouldn't work? Yeah, I think they're going to go ultra real, to be honest with you. That last Nolan trilogy had elements of the supernatural, this idea of Ra's al Ghul living, like kind of a long life, an infinite life, that he's been around a very long time, that kind of stuff. He has the daughter, Talia al Ghul. You got the Joker, who somehow can't be killed in a way. And so I think they want to walk away from that and make it very real, maybe make it grounded, based in reality. And kind of see the connection there. I think they're like, look, Marvel can do that fantastical stuff. They can do all that thing that they're going to do. We're going to keep it grounded here. And then until like Green Lantern shows up and, because you can even Wonder Woman, yes, it's fantastical that Themyscira and this island exists, but it's very real because they're warriors. They're not like, channeling mystical stuff or channeling out in the universe of the galaxy. So for me, I think that's the way they keep people coming back to this is keeping it grounded and keeping it real. Hey guys, I'm at 150 all in here. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Please give me some likes there. I'm at 94. Would love to get over 100. If you're watching right now or you're listening right now, just go and hit that like button. I would appreciate it very much. All right, let's move on to our next one. That's Super Chat. Simon Lemieux Seguin. I hope I'm saying that right. Says, Happy Valentine's Day. Were you your girlfriend's fourth pick? Just kidding. I love you, man. I don't know. I think I'm her third pick. She was in 2 other long relationships before I came along. But I might be her fourth pick because her first relationship way back when, I might be her fourth pick. So you might be inadvertently correct with your joking. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat. donation. Remember, guys, the Streamlabs is up as well, and the Streamlabs, they don't take 33% like Super Chat does. So if you can sign up on Streamlabs and send your questions in through there, I get to keep more of it. So I appreciate that, and of course I appreciate any support you all give. It's much appreciated. And for those of you being concerned about my Patreon, I have to apologize. I'm jumping back into that thing starting next week. I'm going to be like every day. I'm going to be on the Discord, and every day I'm going to save about an hour to hang out with the patron fans. So look forward to that. If you haven't gone to my Patreon yet, it's www.patreon.com/John Rocha, and I'll be in there like just talking with you all. Special only patrons only shows. We have some Q&A, some back and forth, some conversations, maybe get some of you on Skype. That kind of stuff is really what I'm looking forward to. So if you haven't signed up yet, head on over there. There's multiple tiers you can sign up for. We're going to make this thing happen and build it and build it and build it. All right, let's see. What else? I wanted to see something else that was going on here. Can I go up? Garth McMurray says, technically, you were already on Chill to Action when Mike Kalinowski and Shannon Barney were guests. Mike threw on a Guy Fawkes mask and a hat to be the outlaw. Yeah, no, that doesn't really count, does it? You know, when someone cosplays as you, they're just being, a version of you that's not the full real you. So, and Mike's a decent actor. He did a decent job. But there's no replacing the original, that's for sure. So yeah, so we'll see. The Thunder God thinks Sonic will hit 50 to 60. He's been hearing good things. Let's see. Sonic reportedly made $3 million yesterday, which is $1 million less than Birds of Prey. Oh, well, we'll see. Let me see. I hope they I don't know what's going on. Thrawn 2K5's up in here. Thank you, Thrawn. Appreciate the like. Let's see. They won't make this Batman R-rated, will they? It has to be PG-13. Yeah, I think they'll do the PG-13 game with this Batman. I'd be surprised if they went to R rating, especially after what happened with Birds of Prey. So I think they're going to keep it PG-13. Haskell wants to know, John, I saw your tweet for The Invisible Man, your excitement for it, and the man who did the score for it replied. Yeah, Benjamin Wallfish was very kind to reply and retweet my tweet about his score of the film. The score is great. I mean, just great. So we followed each other, so that's great because I'm a big fan of Blade Runner 2049. It is my writing music. When I write, I put on the score from Blade Runner 2049 or Blade Runner, and it's just like kind of on a loop, and it helps me write. It really calms my nerves down when I'm writing, so it's great stuff. Let's see if the guy who could appear in. Yeah, I know, Haskell. I appreciate your enthusiasm, Haskell, but you also have to understand the levels that I'm at. I appreciate that you tweeted at Benjamin to come on Deep Cut, but he's a very popular dude, very respected dude. He's a very busy dude. I'm not there yet where I think Benjamin Wallfish would come on the show, but I appreciate your enthusiasm and excitement to try to get him on the show. I think once the outlet builds a little bit more over the next few months, hopefully at that point, people will once again start wanting to come on the show because people loved coming on Deep Cut. All the publicists were incredibly happy about the guests that came on Deep Cut and wanted to keep bringing their people on. So now that I've kind of set up a place to do it at, I've got a podcast studio that's about 10 minutes away from me that I can do these interviews at. Hopefully, I'll get more and more people to come on. So Ben Lander says, sorry I'm late, John. Busy day. Don't apologize. I'm glad you stopped in. I appreciate it. Like 160 y'all in here. Thank you so much. Please give me some likes. I'm at 116 likes. I would love to match the viewers that are in here. So yeah. So Makuga versus Finstock match. I loved when you and Riley came out and celebrated him. So much joy. Yeah, that's right. That was a good match. It was close. It was a lot closer than Josh would have liked. That's for sure. Joey Pedras, how are you, man? I appreciate that. Charles A. So is Brett playing a hologram or a clone of Bonnie? We'll see. That comes up later on today. Don't forget on the SCN network. Go and watch that at 2 p.m. today. I think it's for the patrons, or is it being dropped for everybody? I don't know. Christian schedule sometimes. I don't always keep track of when the matches are out or what time or for who, but I know that one comes out today, and there's a preview or a premiere aspect to it all later today. Jake, what's up, my man? Who the hell calls a meeting on Friday before a 3-day weekend. LOL. I'm here now. Thank you very much, my man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the new overlay. It's really sweet. Look at that. That's a very nice overlay. I have to say, people are already being very complimentary about it for sure. So there you go. Nick Brown asks real quick, I'm going to jump into the second topic here. Hi, John. Do you have a favorite Valentine's Day themed movie? The ones that come to mind are terrible. Valentine's Day themed movie? Nah, I don't have a Valentine's Day themed movie necessarily. I always refer back to When Harry Met Sally. That's always my choice for best Valentine's Day movie for me personally. So that's the one I would go for every single time. A good romantic comedy is always the best, So that's the one that's going to get you further and further into the situation. All right, let's see. I'm going to jump on this thing now. Let's move on to our next topic, and that is the Stranger Things 4 trailer that was dropped this morning. It's like a 50-second trailer, I think. There's a lot going on here. So it was renewed on September 30th of last year, and the Duffer Brothers are coming back to be a part of this. They signed a multi-year film and series deal with Netflix. So they have that going on. And then Sean Levy already has a deal with Netflix as well. He's the producer on the show. The tagline for this season, for season 4, is "We're not in Hawkins anymore." And this trailer is great because it just starts. There's no logo and it just ends. There's no Stranger Things 4 logo or anything like that. So very interesting. I loved that about it. Also think what's was cool was seeing that it's in Russia. It is in Russia. I hope you all got a chance to see it. I don't want to. I mean, there's nothing much to spoil other than the fact that what you saw in the thumbnail is that Hopper is back. No surprise. I mean, did you really think when they said the American that it wasn't Hopper? So it's pretty cool that he's coming back, but he's on a Russian work release program or work gang or chain gang or whatever that's going on there, building out the road, maybe in Siberia or something, building out the train tracks. It's pretty cool. I love that. So what does this mean? Is he going to go through the portal? Are the kids going to go through the portal? How are they going to get to Russia to try to save him? Remember, the kids are going to be older now, so they're going to be later in their teens. Do they go on some kind of exchange program maybe? I don't know. I mean, I was in the 80s, but I didn't know if there was any kind of exchange programs going on between Russia and the United States to try to kind of further better relations between them. I don't know how they're going to get there. I know the show is coming out this year in 2020, most likely later on in the fall. They haven't officially, I don't think, from what I'm seeing here, they haven't officially announced when it's coming out. No release date just yet. The filming started on January 7th of 2020, and it's scheduled to end on August 5th of 2020. So they're still knee-deep in filming, kind of like Matt Reeves' The Batman. Started filming in January as well. And it's all taking place in Atlanta, Georgia. So wherever they're filming, and I don't know how they're shooting Atlanta, Georgia for Russia. I don't know how they're doing that, but certainly there must be some place they're doing those scenes. Let's see. They talked to Sean Levy. Sean Levy talked about what's going to go on with the future of the show. He said, I will say we have a good sense of stuff that happens in season 4. Season 4 is definitely happening. There's very much the possibility of a season beyond that one. That's currently undecided. Yeah, a lot of people were surprised that a season 4 was announced and that it was going to come back because season 3, I enjoyed season 3, and the numbers were astronomical for season 3. I really liked this season, this past season. But you could tell that the kids were straining at the edges of the series because they're all kind of like building their own lives outside of the series. So how many of them are going to come back? What level to which they will come back? I mean, we got some new younger characters introduced. Certainly Maya Hawke got introduced as a character. And of course, one of the kids' younger sisters being involved in this as well. What is her take on this? What is her role going to be going forward in season 4? So there's a lot going on here. Sean Levy went on to say, so even though we always start off with a good sense of the major arcs of the season, we're always ready for shifts and surprises. Because if the Duffers stumble into a different or surprising inspiration while they rewrite the script, we're going to follow that inspiration and throw out some ideas in order to embrace some new ones that are more exciting. And I have no doubt that season 3 will be no exception. That was what he was saying before season 3. So they had already had ideas for season 4. When they asked the Duffer Brothers about it, E! News did, about the fact that they might have a season 5, Ross said, we don't actually know. I think, 4 to 5 seasons is likely where we'll end up, but who knows? I mean, none of this is official, and we know where we want to go. We're trying to figure out still how long it'll take to get there, so we'll see. Matt said it's hard. Like 4 seems short, 5 seems long, so I don't know what to do. And this episode, season 4, is going to be 8 episodes, like the first and third seasons. So that limits that. And the first episode is going to be called Chapter 1, The Hellfire Club. Now, everyone knows about the Hellfire Club from the X-Men. So is that going to be a connection there? For that, we'll see. And of course, we know it feels like now that we see David Harbour, aka Hopper, in the trailer right at the end there, the reveal, it seems like that he is the American they were talking about at the end, at the season finale of Stranger Things season 3. And when I interviewed Matthew Modine on the Deep Cut, he didn't know if he was going to be the American in the cage, because there was the joke, and he's like, wouldn't it be funny if I was the American? So even he didn't know. So they hadn't fully decided yet who they were going to put there. So it seems like Harbour is back, maybe for one more season, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if 11 comes back. We'll see what the Mind Flayer does, what their role will be in this. So, because it was the one that got into different places. So we'll see if the Mind Flayer comes back and what version of this all. I'm just hoping that we see something new in this season, because at times last season it felt like, oh, they're going back to the kind of vibe of the Demogorgon again. And will we see the Demogorgon in this season? Because they keep having to beat the Demogorgon, which makes it not feel 100% like new or original. So hopefully this will be something. Now, one of the speculations here is if the Russians are controlling a Demogorgon, if they found a way to control a Demogorgon, wouldn't that be interesting? And certainly we saw how dangerous the Russians could be last season. So if they've got a Demogorgon as well, Lord Almighty, that could be something very, very interesting. Kind of a pseudo-nuclear war going on in a metaphysical plane in the underworld. So, in the Upside Down. So that could be an arms race in the Upside Down. Because what if 11 learns how to control a Demogorgon? Then you've got basically War of the Gargantuans going on in the Upside Down. That could be very, very interesting. So we'll see going forward. What did you all think? It was kind of a simple one. What did you all think? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Let me jump into a couple of these Streamlabs here. Jesse C. donated again. He said, I love listening to movie scores. Things I've been doing for the last 2 years is waiting every Friday for the new scores to drop and me downloading all the new releases of the week and listening to them. But for me, Giacchino doesn't really do it for me. I acknowledge he's great at what he does, so I was a little disappointed he was the one doing the score for the Batman, but this little snippet they had for the reveal got me a little pumped. To hear the full Batman theme, also Hans Zimmer is the best. Yeah, agreed. It's Giacchino, man. I mean, he's done a lot of things. I totally get it. Look, everything is subjective for sure. So you want to ask yourself, well, what does this mean? What is this all about? Yeah, everything is subjective here with score. So, like, what do you enjoy? What do you not enjoy? First, me personally, like I said, Benjamin Wallfish's score was fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed it, loved it to pieces. So, okay, what more can you give me? What more can I see? So, there's a lot coming down the pike from Giacchino for sure, and he's certainly been able to score things from multiple genres and have some good, memorable scores. I know Rogue One was something he took a little bit of a hit on, but I like the Rogue One score. I don't think it's great, but I certainly think it's very good for the movie and for what it does. So, what other scores has he done? Actually, it's a really good. Let's take a look here real quick. It's Mornings with the Outlaw, so we just kind of do our thing, and it's not all like kind of perfectly everything. We just kind of go in sometimes. Let's see here. Yeah, he did the Star Trek score, which I liked. The 2009 Star Trek score, War for the Planet of the Apes. Let's see. The Jojo Rabbit score. A lot of people like that score. Incredibles 2, he did the music. Return to Zootopia. Okay. Spider-Man Homecoming, the book of... Rogue One, like I said. Doctor Strange did the music for that. Jurassic World. Inside Out. Dawn of Planet of the Apes, like we said, Star Trek Into Darkness, John Carter, 50-50, which is a great little quiet film with Jason Gordon-Levitt and Seth Rogen. Anna Kendrick in this thing too, Bryce Dallas Howard. So yeah, this is he does a lot of good things across. He does some Mission Impossible movies. So I like Giacchino. I get why you might not. I mean, like I said, it's all subjective, so I respect that. Thanks so much, Jake, for coming in to moderate. He's putting up the Super Chats link in there. Yeah, remember, YouTube takes 33% of the Super Chats, so Streamlabs is the better route for me personally. If you could ask questions through Streamlabs or support through Streamlabs, that's the best way to go for me. It helps me out overall, so I appreciate it. But if you can only do Super Chats, that's absolutely fine as well. All right, so no more Streamlabs at this point that I see currently in here. Oh, there we go. Finally getting a scale about how people are in. I love it. I'm at over 175 of you in here. Well, thank you so much. Give me a like, will you? I'm at 135 likes. I always like the likes to match the amount of people that are in here. Kind of makes the stream look strong. So if you haven't hit the like button, please swing that cursor over there. Hit that like button real quick and give me a little bit of love there. Thrawn2K5 says Giacchino is great, suffers from anti-hype. I actually really like the Rogue One score. The last few scenes were rad. Randall Tan says I'm watching Narcos Mexico season 2. I love the Narcos series. I guess I need to get up in that the Narcos stuff. I didn't see any of this stuff, and I thought, well, I'll have to start all over again way back in the past to start over. So we'll see. Let me move up some of these Stranger Things questions. I want to give some love to some Stranger Things questions. Anything? Let's see. What is my favorite? Kevin Lando wants to know, or Lando wants to know, what is your favorite Netflix series and what series do you recommend? Well, I recommend The Crown. I really do. I love The Crown. I think it's fantastic. Stranger Things is great. Stranger Things is incredible. My girlfriend is a fan of Grace and Frankie, or Frankie and Grace. She's a big fan of that show as well. I've been enjoying recently the Netflix documentaries. Those have been incredible. A lot of them I've seen recently. Wild in the Wild Country, or In the Wild Country. The one about the bank robbery was incredible. I just saw the Aaron Hernandez one. If you haven't seen the Bikram yoga one, that one is interesting too. That documentary about the guy who did Bikram, that is fascinating as well. So there's a lot of great documentaries rolling around out there. BCD, what do you think About Time? Is a romantic / Valentine's Day film as well as a father-son film. Yes, I think it's great. I love About Time. I remember seeing it a year after my father died, and it broke me in the theater. And shout out to my geek buddy and friend Shannon McClung. We'd gone to see it together. And I think he kind of went because he suspected that I would have kind of a strong reaction to it and might have some difficulty handling it. And he was there, and when I broke, he was so kind to kind of walk me through that moment and kind of talk me through that moment because there weren't a lot of people in the theater. So it was great. Sorry, I got a little bit of a little schmutz up on the glasses. That's right. I said schmutz. That's right, schmutz. Any of y'all watching Curb Your Enthusiasm this season? I'm loving it. I am having such a good time this season. It's probably been one of my favorite seasons because it's a show that's very confidently knows what it is. And it's just doing its thing, so I appreciate that. Let's see. I was hoping the American was Dr. Brenner and that Hopper was stuck in the Upside Down. I get that, Sled 182. I'm sure Matthew Modine was hoping that too. Let's see. I think it's going to jump right into revealing Hopper's indeed alive. We all know he's still alive since the season 3 finale. Zeno Hour said this. I agree. MK Somberg wants to know about he watches the German series Dark on Netflix. I don't. It's been recommended to me by a number of people, so I should at some point get onto that stuff, if I have the time, when I have the time. All right, let's see. Muckrack Reviews, he said, yes, the mall, the chase scene, the monsters, the antagonist, it's always a great show, for sure. Mukbang Reviews says, from the New Mutants via the X-Men, Hellfire Club reference, just to be clear. Yes, there you go. That's right. That New Mutants, which kind of works for what Stranger Things is, a young group of kids discovering what their powers are. I don't mean powers as in superhero powers, because obviously 11 has that, but their powers as children, their minds, their analysis, whatever, or as teenagers, I should say. I don't want to misspeak about that. All right, I got a, let's see, Mukbang Review sent in another super chat. Where were you educated? Just curious. Also, I use SC because super chat because it's easier for me. I know about the percentage, but I super chat more to make up the difference. Oh, that's very kind of you, Mukbang. I appreciate that. Where was I educated? I was educated on the East Coast. I grew up in Virginia / DC area there, and then went into the military for about 8 years, came out, and then went to Florida State, got educated there, studied in London for 6 months in an exchange program, which was incredible. Got my degree, and then came out to LA and did my thing. And I found my way into this insane business, this crazy fun business to interact with you people, which has been an awesome, awesome thing to have in my life. Randall 10 says, so sad that Michael Pena died in season 1. He was really good. Oh, and the Narcos thing. Well, don't do spoilers in here. What's wrong with you, Randall? Don't do spoilers in here for a show people haven't seen. Come on. What is wrong with you? Garth McMurray says he also won a Grammy. Oh yeah, Jake Yacovetta brings up a good thing here. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers overall, but I'd love to get to 12,000 by the end of the month. I'm at 11,600. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet, I'd love it if you move that cursor over and hit subscribe. Trust me, I have got so much content coming down the pike and ideas for stuff that I'm going to be doing. It took me a while. Like I said, I've said all this week. It took me a while to kind of figure things out in January, get on my feet. I have high expectations of myself. So at times I wasn't recording videos or doing stuff because I would record it, shoot it, look at it, and I thought it wasn't up to the quality or the standard that I wanted. And I would get into my head and put myself down and go through that journey and, have some self-esteem issues, some self-worth issues going on. Like, do people really care what I have to say? I had to kind of negotiate all of that in January. And I kind of came out of it in February, thanks to my girlfriend and a couple other friends giving me some great advice. And so piece by piece, I've started putting up more and more content, trying to be regular. This show is a way of trying to keep me regular every day, doing one show for you all every day. It's a bit of a Streamlabs. And then what I'm moving into next are these more like condensed shows, these quick shot stuff that are histories or theories or thoughts. And then the longer shows like that Star Wars show that's coming or a couple other movie shows that are coming, they'll be just these kind of like self-contained shows that people can watch and enjoy. So if you hit subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Get me up to 12,000 by the end of the month. It would be incredible. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, and make sure you click that bell because the bell lets people know when I've got stuff going on. I've got sports stuff coming. I do have a professional wrestling show called Strong Style that's on here. I've got the movie reviews, the trailer reactions. I've got the Geek Buddies. A new episode of the Geek Buddies just dropped yesterday, but I dropped it on video last night at midnight, so that's up for you to watch on camera. You want to watch me and Shannon McClung talking about stuff that's going on in the world of geeks, including Sam Raimi, Aladdin 2, and a couple other topics, that French Dispatch trailer and what have you. Just getting a more in-depth discussion about all of that kind of stuff. So there's so much coming, plus the live streams that'll be happening, and the Outlaw Nation show. Finally, the Outlaw Nation show is coming. It's going to be, I think I'm going to do it on Monday nights from 7 to 9:30. And the Outlaw Nation show is going to be you and I having conversations about life. We'll talk mental health, we'll talk struggles, we'll talk all this kind of stuff. So I want you all to be able to send in questions, kind of like I don't know, not a counselor type thing, but more of a conversation, because a lot of you have reached out to me in the past on DMs to talk about your life and ask for advice and guidance and what have you. And I thought, well, the Outlaw Nation show is about me talking about my life. So why not me doing that and then segue into questions from you all about your life, and we can talk about it. And maybe some of you can come on and we can Skype about it for like 10 minutes or whatever in the show. I don't know quite the technology of how to do that, but sure, that would be fantastic to do with you all. So that's coming up, and I'll probably have guests on that. I think it's easier to get guests at 7 o'clock at night than it is to get guests at 8 a.m. in the morning at my place. So, all right, Ben Rayner sent in a super chat. Speaking of Curb, was that Timothy Olyphant in the last episode? Yes, it was. He's now listed in IMDb, so I'm wondering, is he uncredited for some reason? No, you never know. Sometimes it's something to do with they don't want to reveal anything, and then when it's revealed, then they can put it up. That kind of stuff. So some people like to hold off their appearances in certain shows so they don't spoil anything, and then when they show up, then IMDb can put it up. So that's probably more about what that was about. Did I miss any of the other ones here? Mindhunter is a great series as well on Netflix. Yeah, I should have mentioned Mindhunter, because sadly, right now as it stands, it's not coming back for a third season. So that's a shame. And Camshaft agrees with me about the Bikram yoga documentary. It was, right? I mean, that's the other stuff I'm going to start doing too, are these mini reviews about these Netflix shows that I watch. That would be fun to generate more and more content on the channel, for sure. Let's see. Degeneration MC says DMV represent. Haskell wants to know, John, I know you went to FSU, as did Harloff, Merle, and Kalinowski. Did you all go in the same time frame? Yeah, pretty much. Kalinowski, and because I went to Florida State with my AA degree, so I already went in as like a sophomore/junior. So, but Harloff had been there, and Kalinowski and Shannon and Vogel, all those people had been there at Florida State. Like they were already there by the time I showed up. Shannon McClung left quickly afterwards and did his own thing and went off and worked for the parks at Universal Studios and went over and was in Japan for a year. So Shannon's got a great history and a story. And then Kalinowski and I directed Kalinowski in a play, and Harloff and I met a couple times in the theater stuff because Harloff respected the fact that I wasn't, the theater kid talking about theater all the time. Like I had other interests because I'd been in the military and I'd come out of the military and I kind of had lived a bit of a life before I went back to college. So, all right, let's see here. Take into the sauce of the source. Take into the source. Give me a little shit saying, is it a spoiler if the show's been available to watch for over a year? Yeah. You don't spoil things for shows unless it's been like 2 decades, I think, in my opinion. But that's me. Let's see. Kevin Landis says, keep up the great work. I really enjoy your take on stuff. Thanks. I appreciate that. Ben Lander says, no, Rocha was there decades before those guys. No, I wasn't. Let's see. Facts. What's up? Fred Tastic Steve says, how about news shows on Amazon Prime? Do you watch any of those? Do I watch any shows on Amazon? Let me check. Oh, I've got myself a Streamlabs. Let me answer that question real quick. Amazon Prime shows. Let me see. What do I watch on Amazon Prime? Oh, I should put originals, I guess. Amazon Prime originals. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I never watched Bosch or Man in the High Castle or Goliath or Sneaky Pete, which everyone seemed to like, or Jack. I didn't enjoy the Jack Ryan. Oh, I liked Hannah. I really enjoyed season 1 of Hannah. I did a set visit for season 2 of Hannah. I guess all that information goes out the window since I'm no longer at Collider, but maybe I'll reach out to some other outlets and see if they want me to do some coverage for them. The Boys, certainly I enjoyed for Amazon Prime. That was pretty awesome. Any of the comedies? No, I haven't watched Marvelous Mrs. Maisel yet. My girlfriend is a massive fan of it. I should catch up, I suppose, at some point. Oh, Jean-Claude Van Johnson is great. The Van Damme show, that is very, very funny when I get a chance to catch it. It is hilarious. There are some co-productions. Oh, Ripper Street. I liked Ripper Street. I didn't see Vanity Fair. Good Omens. I tried. It was okay. I didn't 100% jump into that thing. Yeah, the All or Nothing Manchester City one, that was kind of cool for me as a sports guy. So that's your Amazon Prime answer, basically. All right, let's move to the Streamlabs here. Steven Anderson, he said, finally caught a live stream, even if it is really late. Thanks, Steven. Well, I may explore kind of adjusting the time a little bit for me, maybe 8:15 to 9:30. I find more people come into the stream after the 8:30 hour. So there's a possibility I may start doing these from 8:15 to 9:30, kind of as a segue to throw to SEN Live. Also, it'll mean that I can, show up showered on the days that I have to go to SEN Live. I can stop the stream at 9:30, jump in my car, and drive over to SEN Live. So those are possibilities for me. So maybe in the future, maybe you guys see 8:15 to 9:30 might be the best way to go. All right, Charles A. Put in a super chat here. John Narcos is based on true events. Peña played Camareña. You know the guy, the old song, Yo no mate a Camareña. Also, you definitely on the Schmodown Rushmore. Oh, thanks, man. You're definitely on Mount Rushmore for the Schmodown. I appreciate that. I got a match coming up with Paul Oyama. It's going to be tough. That kid really wants to prove he belongs amongst the greats. So I know I'm going to get a tough matchup with that kid. It's going to be fun. Back and forth. I respect him madly. For what he did. And I know he rubbed some people the wrong way when he came into the league, but he never rubbed me the wrong way. We never had a crossword between each other. So I think it's going to be a great matchup between both of us and one out of respect. So I look forward to going toe-to-toe with him in that situation and seeing who comes out on top. We'll see. I know Jay and Winston are going to do their antics to try to throw me off or whatever, so that's part of the game. But I've got my Finstock exchange. I'm going to make sure those guys kind of mess with those guys as well and maybe kind of put a kibosh on any of the antics those two are going to try to do. Because I think Paul and I going at it just toe-to-toe, man-to-man, seeing who comes out on top. That's the way it should be. But if I know Winston and I know Jay, they're going to do their crazy little antics. So you just kind of got to roll with it and see what you can do. All right. Do I have any more more Streamlabs? No. Any more Super Chats right now? No. All right. Once again, guys, give me a like on here. Would love it. Wow, over 163 likes. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, let's move on to the last subject I want to talk about, and that's Billie Eilish's new song for the James Bond film No Time to Die. Okay, so I'm a massive fan of James Bond, Daniel Craig's version. I am not always, and the Pierce Brosnan version. I haven't always enjoyed the Roger Moore movies or even the Sean Connery movies this side of Goldfinger or Doctor No. But I certainly enjoy the current James Bond series with Daniel Craig and everything that goes on with that. I've enjoyed almost every one of those films. I've found something to enjoy in Quantum of Solace, certainly some things to enjoy. I enjoyed Spectre. Sometimes I go back and rewatch Spectre as kind of this mood piece, so I enjoy that as well. But I was listening, but I was excited for this one. A lot of talk for this one. Rick Famuyiwa being in charge here of this film, and then you've got you've got Daniel Craig coming back. A lot of rumors that he is stepping away. Of course, this is his last Bond film, but is he going to hand it over to Lashana Lynch? We see her in the trailer. Léa Seydoux's coming back. Christoph Waltz as this version of Blofeld is back, and Rami Malek is the villain. And clearly, it looks like this is going to be an interesting film with a lot of moving parts. And the trailers have been fantastic and have gotten me so psyched and excited to see this film. But the Bond song dropped yesterday from Billie Eilish. Of course, a lot of people were speculating who was going to do the Bond song. And Billie Eilish, certainly currently one of the biggest stars in the music business right now. She did the song. I like the song. I think the song is great. I think it has a perfect Bond vibe to it. Yeah, is it chill? Is it quiet already? Yes, but as I was listening to it, I was thinking of the images that could be shown in the opening credits like they usually do in those Bond films. I mean, I like that Skyfall song. I like the Sam Smith song that won a Grammy or the Oscar, I think, one of those two. I liked both of those songs a lot. I wasn't the biggest fan of the late great Chris Cornell song or the Jack White song necessarily. I like more of a moodier Bond song. I don't like the whole rocking Bond songs. Even No Time, was it the Paul McCartney one, Live and Let Die? I like that one. I just think it gets a little too actiony. The World Is Not Enough. I really enjoy that song. For Your Eyes Only, the Sheena Easton one. I enjoy that song. So there's a lot of Bonds, and of course Goldfinger from Shirley Bassey is untouchable. But I was looking at the lyrics to see if there's some plot stuff going on here, and bear with me with the lyrics here. I should have known I'd leave alone. Just goes to show that the blood you bleed is just the blood you owe. Oof. We were a pair, but I saw you there. Too much to bear. You were my life, but life is far away from fair. Was I stupid to love you? Was I reckless to help? Was it obvious to everybody else that I'd fallen for a lie? You were never on my side. Fool me once, fool me twice. Are you death or paradise? Now you'll never see me cry. There's just no time to die. I let it burn. You're no longer my concern. Faces from my past return. Another lesson yet to learn. That I'd fallen for a lie. And then the chorus is the same. No time to die. No time to die. Fool me once. Fool me twice. Are you death or paradise? Now you'll never see me cry. There's just no time to die. So there you go. Those are interesting lyrics when you look at them because you go, well, who is singing this song, right? Obviously, Billie Eilish is singing the song, but what character is singing the song? Is this Bond singing the song to Léa Seydoux? Or is this Léa Seydoux singing it to Bond because Bond promised that he wouldn't go back? When he left with her at the end of Spectre, he said he wasn't going to go back. And clearly, as we're watching the trailer, he hasn't been back because Lashana Lynch has been in his place, essentially being the James Bond for the 007 for MI6. So are these lyrics from Léa Seydoux saying, I should have known I'd leave alone. Like I should never have let my heart go to you. I knew you'd screw me over. I knew you'd leave me. I knew you wouldn't necessarily do the right thing. Was I stupid to love you? Was I reckless to help, right? Help you get out of being James Bond, get out of the pain of your life and the way your upbringing and you wanting to be in love, you wanting to move away from this stuff. Was it obvious to everybody else? Right, these kinds of things. I let it burn. You're no longer my concern. Faces from my past return. Another lesson yet to learn. And if you look in the trailer, it says I think it's either Rami Malek or no, actually it's Blofeld, it's Christoph Waltz. He says, when you find out her secret, it's gonna tear your world to pieces, Bond. So faces from my past return. What does that mean? Clearly, her dad was all involved in Spectre. So what is that? What was her upbringing? Who does she know? Who does she connected to? What other stuff from her past that will come up in this film that's going to mess Bond up or mess their relationship up? I'm excited to see that. And I think Lea Seydoux is incredible, and I love the chemistry with her and Daniel Craig. Yes, people go, oh, May, December, old man, young woman, blah, 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 blah. It's James Bond. He's a badass. And there's plenty of 20-year-olds or 30-year-olds who would fall over themselves to date James Bond or be with James Bond. So give me a break. I like this idea of the lyrics here giving you the hint, because it could go both ways. Because if it's Bond, from Bond's point of view, he could say, I should have known, I'd leave alone, just goes to show that the blood you bleed is just the blood you owe, right? Bond has always been in this situation since Vesper Lynn that he's had to pay for the romances in his life, whether with their own life or, pieces of his own life being surrendered or discovered. Remember, Javier Bardem's character found him at his old place in Scotland and attacked him there. So pieces of his life that he's had to surrender in the past. But I saw you there, too much to bear. You were my life, but life is far away from fair. So what does that mean? Does that mean, we were together, but we discovered these secrets, and now that we discovered these secrets, you're a completely different person than I thought you were. How can we be together now in retrospect? So much that I think the lyrics are absolutely fantastic. I like the way she sang them. I'm a big fan of Billie Eilish and what she can do. So I'm down for it. I'm down for it. Let's see. Streamlabs. Anybody else? Oh yeah, here we go. Andrew G sent in something here. Rocha, what's your take on Harikari? I watched it last night and it wasn't what I expected. Not as much action as some other samurai films, but really enjoyed it. Maybe you should do more samurai mini videos to share more of your views on those. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Andrew G. Certainly, that's for sure. I could do a few of those. That would be fun to jump on there. Harikari, I like. Yeah, you're right. It's more of a slower film, but what it explores, this idea of life and death and servitude and where the line is. I think that's what the film does really well. And yeah, if you're going to a samurai film just for the action, most of the great ones, you're going to be disappointed, because the great ones are not about making them action films. The great ones are about the exploration of the human experience of being a samurai, but also what they go through in their life and in their journey as human beings, and that is relatable and universal. That's what's great. Even 13 Assassins, which has this great 1 hour final battle at the end, essentially 1 hour final battle at the end. Everything that leads up to it is about the question of being in power as a leader, what your responsibilities are to your people, and the dangers that can happen when you are indulgent with power. Certainly, we're seeing what can happen in the world nowadays in numerous places when people get in power and then indulge their worst impulses, how that can affect so many people in the world. So 13 Assassins really explores that, especially for someone who's never actually been one of the people and had a hard time understanding what it was like to feel anything, because he'd been handed everything his entire life, and whatever he wanted, he just took. And so much so that he didn't even feel humanity with anybody. So I think that's some of those things that are the greatest samurai films, are the human exploration of the characters within them. All right, Chris Scorpio, he sent a super chat. He said, just show and support, my friend. Let's go Caps. Yeah, let's go Caps. Let's try not to go out in the first round this year. Let's go Caps. Thank you so much, Chris, for that donation. I really appreciate it. Always appreciate you being one of the first people to jump in to my Mornings with the Outlaw shows every morning. When I see you in here, I always know we're good to go. So thanks so much, Chris. Facetious Christ, a little bit of a super chat here. Streamlabs. Have you seen/heard of the movie The Platform, El Hoyo? It premiered at TIFF, and apparently Netflix purchased the rights to stream it, but no word yet on when it's supposed to drop. Movie looks like a complete mindfuck. Yeah, Riley has seen it, and Mark Riley said it's his best film of 2019, of last year. It's one of his top 5 films of 2019. For a long while, it was his favorite film of 2019. So I know Riley enjoyed it. I have not seen it. I know it's a Spanish film, but he saw it on Netflix. So I don't know if maybe it's not available on Netflix in other countries and it is available here in the States. I don't know. It's always weird with Netflix and the things they do. Garth Lepori says, No Time to Die really looks like a new Dr. No. Malik is damaged by radiation, and there are scenes in the trailers with a nuclear pool with rods and techs in radiation suits like the original Dr. No. And Dr. No also ran Spectre. That's why Blofeld is shown. Well, there you go. So, yeah, that's a great analysis there, Garth. Certainly there are connections here that could go back to Dr. No, and Dr. No is the first Bond film ever released. So wouldn't it be funny if they're wrapping this whole thing up of a male Bond, everything from the first Dr. No to No Time to Die, and then moving on to a new, completely different chain with a female James Bond? That could be very interesting. That's a way to kind of like close the loop and then move on. We'll see. All right. Anybody else in here have some questions, have some thoughts about this? Dimalanta, where's your comments? He said, I'm not big on Billie Eilish like most people are, but the song is fitting for a Bond film. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Randall Tan says, Aston Martin China is one of my clients, and in one of the events I executed for them last year, they imported a DB5 for display. Honestly, I nerded out that time. Loved 007 movies. Shout out, man. I appreciate that. That's great stuff that you were doing. Johanna's opposite than me. He likes the more rocky and upbeat songs for Bond. Yeah, the Bond songs are usually, Jake Ayer says, the Bond songs usually are based on the era they are produced in. That is what I like about Bond. The character changes with the times. True, very true. Tim Franco says it's a good song, but for me, it's not a good Bond song for me. It's missing some elements I look for in my style of a Bond film. Well, no, I respect that. Manny Gonzalez says, responding to Camshaft, the Camshaft say, The Spy Who Loved Me. Right. Oh, right. The Carly Simon song. Yeah. All right. That's one of their favorites. I respect that. Duran Duran had a Bond song, right? A View to a Kill. That's right. That's right. A View to a Kill. That's right. All right. I don't think they produced that in the bedroom. Yeah. Throw on 2K5 about Billie Eilish. Yeah. No, I'm sure they didn't either. Fred Tastic Castillo says, my favorite Bond song is Ashes from Deadpool 2. Very funny. You know, where was I? I was somewhere, and they were playing Ashes from Deadpool 2, like over this intercom, and I was like, what is happening? We were someplace getting food somewhere, and I couldn't believe I heard it. I thought it was hilarious. Spectre by Radiohead is the best Bond song that wasn't. Right. Oh, yeah, Fred Castillo is talking about The Expanse on Amazon Prime. Yeah, a lot of people tell me I should jump into The Expanse. Expanse is pretty good, so we will see. Let's see. I'm telling them about the Schmodown. All right, the Bond character. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else here. I want to make sure that I don't miss any good questions. Okay, Tim Franco, I still wish... what did he say? I still wish they'd get Gaga for a Bond song with some heavy brass. Come on. Yeah, it's not certainly. They could have done that. Who knows, to be honest with you, why that didn't work out. Yeah, I'm sure she'd be great for a Bond song. Maybe down the road with a female Bond, if they do that, maybe that works for her, and they find the time and get everybody together on it. Let's see. I'm excited to see what visuals they put. He didn't run Spectre. Tim Franco. He didn't run Spectre. Oh, so Blofeld didn't run Spectre is what he's trying to say. Dr. No did not run Spectre. Okay. All right. A little clarification from Tim Franco. He was in Spectre. He didn't run Spectre. Okay. When Bond kills Dr. No, he could say, no time to die. Jesus, that's true. That's very true. Is Ben Goddard on here? What's up, Ben? How are you, my man? Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I know we gave Ben a little bit of shit yesterday about the new Billie Eilish song dropping for No Time to Die. I want to formally apologize to Ben Goddard. Ben, I like the song. We shouldn't have given you shit yesterday. It's my bad. That song I've heard it about 4 or 5 times this morning, so I like it. And I don't like Billie Eilish. I'm not a fan of Billie Eilish's music, not because it isn't good or it just doesn't appeal to me. It's not my jam. But this, I really like how she was able to use her voice, and what you were saying about yesterday, how she sang it like kind of a softer approach to it, but still a powerful effect. So that's my apology to you, Ben Goddard. We shouldn't have given you shit. Let's see. A View to a Kill is the best Bond song. Just saying, says Ben Goddard. A View to a Kill? Oh, man, I just gave you credit. I just apologized to you, man, too. A View to a Kill is the best Bond song? It's up there. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if it's the best one. What is the best? Yeah, oh man, if I had more time, we only have like 5-6 minutes, but that would be a good conversation. Best Bond song ever. Let's see here. Real quick. Best Bond song. All-time high from Octopussy. We're at an all-time high. Let's see. Nobody Does It Better. Nobody Does It Better. Yeah, that's the Carly Simon one. Skyfall. I really like that one from Adele. Die Another Day from Madonna. Oh, I forgot about that Madonna one. Ha! I totally forgot about that. Writings on the Wall. I like Writings on the Wall. I know not everybody does, so I respect that. Let's see. Another Way to Die from Jack White. I wasn't the biggest fan of that one. Diamonds Are Forever. That's a good one. Diamonds Are Forever. I think that's Shirley Bassey as well. From Russia with Love. I don't remember that one. Let's see. Yeah, let's see here. The Man with the Golden Gun. No. Another Way to Die. The Living Daylights from Aha. All Time High. Really cool. Yeah, Die Another Day. Madonna. Tomorrow Never Dies from Sheryl. Sheryl Crow did a Bond song? God, I don't remember that one. Wow. Goldeneye with Tina Turner. License to Kill with Gladys Knight. Yeah, Beautiful Kill is number 12 on the Rolling Stone list, guy. World Is Not Enough. I like World Is Not Enough a lot. On Her Majesty's Secret Service, For Your Eyes Only. Thunderball. Tom Jones. I mean, how can you deny Tom Jones? It's a Thunderball. Nobody Does It Better. Carly Simon. Diamonds Are Forever. Shirley Bassey. Skyfall. Adele. Yeah. You Only Live Twice. Nancy Sinatra. Live and Let Die. And then Goldfinger. So, yeah, I like that Skyfall made the top 5 for the Rolling Stone. I agree. I think Skyfall might be my favorite one, to be honest with you, because it's Adele. And Adele can sing the fuck out of anything. She can sing the fuck out of a phone book, for God's sakes. Let's see, what else is, anything else going on here before I wrap this thing up? Cam Chef says, I'll say Goldfinger. All right. I will say Skyfall is the best Bond song movie combo, is what Ben will say. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that definitely. It can't be beat. That's the best film in everywhere. What was your stream about last night, Andrew? Real quick, everyone's giving you compliments, Demalanta. Was it a Star Wars stream? Was it a Ben validation? Was it a Bond? Was it a Bond thing? What was it? Was it a study thing? What was it? Real quick, I got 3 minutes. Tell me real quick. Die Another Day. Right, Die Another Day is the Madonna one, right? I don't even remember that one, to be honest. And I can't play it. I don't want to get a strike. I'll play it afterwards, I guess. Live and Let Die. Boom, boom. So we'll see. All right. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me here. I should wrap it up. I got 3 minutes left. I should wrap this thing up real quick. If Andrew tells me what his stream is about, I'll segue into that. Any more final Streamlabs? Oh, here we go. From Jesse C. When I first started watching the top 10, one of your episodes was on Westerns. One of your picks was High Noon. Caught it on TCM one day last year, and it was great. As soon as it finished the first time, I hit start over and watched it again. So good. Oh, yeah. Some of the best Westerns you can watch over and over and over again. They're incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I'm so happy that I was able to get you onto High Noon, Jesse C. It took me a while to finally watch High Noon in my life because I thought, oh, it's a pretty simple film, simple story. But no, there's so much that goes on acting-wise between Gary Cooper and Grace Kelly and everybody involved in that town and what ends up happening to him there in Hadleyville and waiting for Lee Van Cleef and all those guys to show up, what he does. So to me, overall, that's a fantastic film that you haven't seen. If you haven't seen, you should definitely take a watch. What's his face? Ben Bateman has been talking to me about possibly doing a Western show, a limited series Western show, where me and him like kind of talk about a Westerns film and a limited, like 8 to 10 episode series. So we'll see. It's something that I got because the Lord knows the last thing I need is another show, right? I mean, I've got so much time. I'm just sitting around doing nothing. So we'll see as it comes down. All right. One last. Oh, wow. Anthony Nugent. Thank you so much. One last Streamlabs here. As a 90s child, GoldenEye was my introduction to Bond. Still my favorite of the series, and I love the theme song. Sorry to be off topic, but are you a fan of Clone Wars, and have you seen the new Squad 99 trailer for Season 7? Okay, yes, I'm a fan of Clone Wars. I have not seen this trailer. You know, yesterday was so effing busy that I had no chance to see or watch anything other than the stuff I was reacting to. Even the Billie Eilish song, I didn't listen to it. I got home last night at 10 o'clock at night. So much going on in my world yesterday. I didn't have a chance to watch that stuff. But I will absolutely watch this trailer once I get off here with you guys and enjoy it. So for sure, I will definitely do that. I appreciate it so much, Anthony, what you sent in. GoldenEye is a great one as well, and that's a good introduction to Bond because that's a fun Bond. That's Timothy Dalton, that's Pierce Brosnan, totally having a blast in that film because he's finally able to be Bond after years of being stopped by Remington Steele at NBC years ago to be Bond earlier in his life. So they're having a lot of fun, and I think Famke Janssen is incredible in the movie. It's the sexiest, toughest, most awesome performance I've ever seen Famke Janssen do. And Sean Bean being in there as one of the former Bonds, or one of the former Double O's. That's awesome as well. So thank you so much. Jesse C, one last Streamlabs for the road. Just sending some more support. It's payday today. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Also, it's 12 degrees here. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesse. Get warm, man. Use the rest of your money for a big heating blanket, please, for the love of God. A thermal blanket. Yeah, and if it is payday, if you guys, a shameless plug, if you want to go and join my Patreon, www.patreon.com/John Rocha. Next week, starting Monday, I will be spending an hour every day with the patrons, talking to them about their life, their worlds, answering questions, doing some study sessions. Also, I'll be, there's even a tier where I call you when we have a conversation for like 10, 15 minutes about your life. There's all kinds of stuff going on down there. Going to make it all happen. And I'll be jumping on the Discord server more and more. So all that is going down for patrons. Mark Riley was telling me how much work I need to do on the Patreon side of things. It kind of opened my eyes up of how much more I need to be dedicating of my time to that. So to my patrons who've been with me since the beginning there in the middle of January, I appreciate it. To the patrons who are coming on, thank you so much again. And let's build this thing together, because my overall goal is to create a home for the Outlaw Nation, a studio for the Outlaw Nation, where every month we put up the content and the programming that you all enjoy down the road, and the Patreon is going to help me get there. I want to get that Patreon to $5,000 a month so I can pay for renting studios, get the equipment, the whole nine. That'd be fantastic, and you all will have a piece of it always, because the nation is not me. The nation is all of us. The Outlaw Nation is all of us going forward, finding a new way to speak about entertainment, to speak about life, to speak about the world that is inclusive rather than exclusive, and that is respectful rather than disrespectful, as RB3 might say, disrespectful. All right. Well, clearly that's it for me. I got to get off. There's nothing left in my throat. I got to get some breakfast in me. So thank you all so much for the love you gave me today, the love you've been giving me all week. This is the first week of the Mornings with the Outlaw show. I can't believe I've already done 5 of these. It feels like I've been doing these for quite some time. I already feel a connection and a kinship with all of you all. Means a lot, so much. And please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, hit that red button there. I want to get to 12,000 by the end of the month, so I'm trying really hard to get there, and I want to get to 20,000 as soon as I can. Get a little more of a foothold, a little more of a footprint in this YouTube world. Thank you all so much. Remember to follow me at The Rocha Says on Twitter and on Instagram. Go to SEN Live at the top of the hour at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, see what they're all up to. And then, of course, the Schmodown stuff later on today at 2 o'clock. Look for that to drop between Bonnie and Brett if Bonnie shows up. Find out if Bonnie shows up. Go and do that. So, all right, that's it for me. Love to all of you. Have a great rest of your Valentine's Day. Hope you take care of yourself. Hope you're well. And whatever, if you get a little sad, get a little kind of lonely a little bit, put on something that's going to make you happy. It takes just as much energy to be happy as it does to be sad. In fact, it takes less energy to be happy because you just put something on already that will lift your spirits. So whatever you need to do that, I want to give you all the love in the world to go and do that, all support in the world to go and do that, because I know how these days can be tough for some people. So, and I'll end this one as I end the deep cut sometimes, or I'm going to end this like I end the deep cut every time, to say to you guys, whatever you need to do to get through the next second, next minute, next hour, next day, next week, next month, next year, please find your way to do it. All of us want you around. All of us want to see you. And I certainly love all you all coming on here and joining me every morning for this Mornings with the Outlaw show. It's been such a godsend to spend this entire week with you guys. And I'm looking forward to every day hanging out with you all. So thanks a lot. Take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you soon. Be well. Have a great Valentine's Day and enjoy your weekend. Bye for now.